Hi, so my name is Tanzy Troy and I am the reception teacher, that's the early years teacher at King's College, India. I'm responsible for the kind of 3 to 5 year olds early years learning programme and of course responsible for the children here. I come from London originally. My husband is from the Himalayas, so we have been coming back to India for many years, and I've also worked on lots of projects in so many schools in India in the mountains. So I have a very small NGO called Kinship, which we have been taking up to remote schools in the Himalayas for the past, I think, 6 or 7 years, where we do art projects in the summer holidays. So my kind of background in Indian education has been about taking experiential learning and exciting learning to children in very remote places. So obviously Rohtak is not very remote, it's quite near Delhi, it's quite central, there are lots of resources available, thankfully for us. So we try to kit out our whole classrooms with very beautiful, often handmade toys, kind of drawing on the wonderful Indian tradition of handmade crafts and stimulating the children's learning through seeing kind of visual props, but also tactile props and kinesthetic props that they can play with and work out how things move, work out how things are made, work out different textures, for which India is like the most wonderful country on earth, because we are so lucky to have many craftsmen still working and still making toys and still producing brilliant educational toys as well. So I've been very delighted to discover the traditions are alive and well in many areas of this since arriving in April this year. My main background in my many years of teaching in the UK have been all arts-based. So first for many years I was a music coordinator, and then later I was an arts coordinator. And my specialism has been with this age group, so from 3 to 6 year olds really. Because my background has been artistic and creative, I've been very keen to make the early years at King's College, India, incredibly experiential, very much a hands-on programme, and very much catering to every single child as an individual. So obviously the main difference between teaching here and teaching in London is that all of our children, 99% of our children, are speaking English as a second language, and that in itself presents its own challenges and its own rewards. So, it's lovely to have children who are multicultural already before they even begin. They have so many ideas and they have so many experiences that are different. And we try at King's College to celebrate all of those wonderful heritages and backgrounds that the children are bringing to us. And in that way we are very celebratory of all the Indian festivals and try so hard to include that in our curriculum. The other thing we're very keen to do is give the children experience and understanding of the people who work around them in our school. For example, when we did the People Who Help Us project, we took them to the kitchens and saw them making chapatis, we took them to the gardeners and asked them about planting seeds and how the trees grow, so that they're really aware of the community here and they're aware of the people around them and all the hard work people do to make this kind of amazing, huge, epic structure happen. So that's important. The other thing that's important is that we give children free choice and free reign to go and experience activities on a daily basis at their own volition. So we very rarely do everybody in the class do the same thing in terms of activities. We do circle times, we do singing times, we do discussions and story times together, but when we go to the tables, there is a numeracy table with things related to maths and numbers, there's a literacy table with things related to words, and there's a sensorial table which will be all very messy, and it could be clay one day, it could be sheep's wool in the newspaper another day, it just depends, whatever is kind of part of the topic. And then we have a fine motor skills table, which is also incredibly important as a precursor to helping write formally, and that is something that is more kind of poignant than sitting down with worksheets and writing in boxes, which we don't do at all here. So in the early years, it's all about discovery, it's all about finding out for yourself how something happens. So for example, our reading programme, not super formal at this age, lots of listening, lots of asking questions, lots of developing the speech before the reading, and then a massive kind of emphasis on phonics and learning the phonic sounds of the alphabet. So now, after 6 months in here, I'd say 70% of the children are able to sound out simple phonic words just on kind of repetition and lots of games and lots of engagement and fun with phonics. And that is almost their key to learning how to read English. And it's very exciting to see them pointing at words and being able to sound them out and being able to read independently without actually being formally taught this says this and this says that on the board. So we're not at all kind of chalk and talk teachers in here. We're very much playing with the children and finding out their games and how that leads to interesting language and exciting self-expression. So that's our main drive. The Christmas theme, and because of the Christmas celebrations and programs that we've been doing with the children the last couple of weeks, we made a small crib. We asked the children to collect all the animals they could find in the room and bring them to this area here where they made a kind of shrine. At Diwali we had a very similar thing with candles and tika for the parents who came to a performance here. So this is sort of a place for the children to play and explore cultural references and mythos if they're doing something or stories. This kind of a display would be all very much part of a project. So this was an earlier project we did about space and Reach for the Stars, it was called. So the children block printed a moonscape, and then we told a story all about a Polish story actually, or was it Russian? Anyway, somewhere like that, about butterflies on the moon. So then the children with Miss Poonam, they created these wonderful butterflies which they then stuck onto that collage. So our displays are very much part of our learning as well. Over here we have the resource shelves, which I'm sorry to say are not in the best of tidy state because it's the end of term. But in here you have lots and lots of areas, sort of fine motor development, but also cognitive and logic. There's a numbers area, there's a words and literacy area there. Then there are lots and lots of puzzles, and building blocks are very key. The boys absolutely love taking those out and building. So this is quite free. They're allowed to take this out whenever they've finished doing some activity at the table and choose what they want to do there. We use all of this as props when we're teaching as well, so we'll use that on the carpet. Teachers' cupboard is not really tidy either. Our main working areas are our tables. So this is often our numeracy table, that's our fine motor. Over there is our sensorial area, so we have the clay, the water play, the kind of bubbles and messy stuff that they're encouraged to do. Over here we have more kind of free to take hole punching, pencils, scissors, glue, all the usual things that you would find in an early years setting, but it's very much up to the children to come and select their own resources and create. And it's very exciting because certain children love to do that more than having a structured adult-led activity. So I've got one little boy who comes every single day and he makes rockets and houses and carts and animals, and every day he comes and says, look what I've created today, and it's totally self-initiated. So he's somebody who did not speak really any English at all 6 months ago and now communicates very fluently in English every day. So it's a real kind of, for me as well, it's very exciting because I've never worked with this many children who are speaking English as a second language, and to see the kind of rapid progress when they're given autonomy and when they're given a way to sort of express themselves without us dominating or telling them what to do is very exciting, and it really does kind of make me think, wow, I'm so happy I'm a teacher. And then round the corner here, it's a bit dark, but we can turn the lights on. We have, can you go and press all the ones that say new? And turn the lights on. So we have our home corner over here, a bit tidied up today, because as I say, it's the end of term, but this is a kind of often a kitchen or a home or a sitting. The children, we use it in different ways. Sometimes we take it over there and we turn it into a station waiting room if we're doing transport, or one day it might be on board a ship, another day it might be Goldilocks and... Okay, that's fine. It might be another day Goldilocks and the Three Bears cottage, something like that. Whatever the theme of our topic is, this will be involved, but often it's just a place for some of the children to come and cook and make believe and emulate the things that they see going on at home. In the afternoons we have a sort of mini creche, and quite often this is the central place for that creche. The children tend to gravitate over here. And then interestingly, more Hindi is spoken in the afternoon. And that's really great as well. I really want them to be fluent in their mother tongue and that they express themselves and communicate with each other through that. So it's not strictly about English down here. It's about speaking and communicating in every language that we can. So that's important to us. We have... These are our kind of tactile and sensory shelves that we have lots of store of paint and wool and oil and flour for Play-Doh and that kind of thing. And then the library is obviously a very important feature every afternoon, so we encourage the children to come and take a rest with one of the elephant cushions. They have a 10 or 15 minute lie down where we just completely rest our minds and just have some very calm music played, quite often live music. And then they either select their own book and read to themselves, or on another day they might be asked to select a book and read to a friend, just read from the pictures what they understand from the pictures. Or we sometimes have a whole group story where I will tell them the story in English. But we really encourage this kind of love of books at this age as well, and lots of our books are dual language, so the children are getting visual information in Hindi and in English as well. So that's us. We do lots and lots of role play, as in terms of performance as well. So not just self-initiated child-led role play, which we love to happen, but we also do lots of little shows we did one for Gandhiji's birthday, we did one for Diwali, and now we're doing one for Christmas. So we celebrate through performance today at school as well, and that's about us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.